What's up, guys? I just wanted to give a quick shout out to you all. Thank you guys for 150 subscribers on the channel. I think that's absolutely amazing. That's 150 people that found value in my videos. That's why I continue to create, to inspire and motivate you all to get out and enjoy living the life that you love. Stay in motion and stay dedicated until your dreams are your reality. Thank you, guys. What's going on, guys? It's Mike Rod's back with the Saturn Wagon. Today we're going to start working on getting that cleaned up. We're going to do a deeper dive into the interior, see what it's going to take to start bringing that back to life. I've got a couple of my favorite products here that I like to use. It's really nothing too crazy, just a couple of basic things that anybody can get. A vacuum of some sort. So I like to use a shop vac, some sort of glass cleaner, as well as some soapy water. That's really what you're going to be using mainly to bring everything back to an original state. And then also just some sort of detailer of your choice. Just a polish of sorts for interiors. It's good for leathers or plastics or anything to give it a bit of a shine back. And you're also going to need some sort of little pick just for getting into the small creases and crevices, picking out food or dirt or debris or anything that may be lodged in there that you're not able to really access. Some sort of little wire brush or small bristle brush, a few of those, as well as some detail brushes. These really come in handy for getting into the small spaces. And then some towels, of course, just for wiping everything down. But that's just going to be a basic kit and setup that you'll need for detailing cars. You don't even really need much to get into it. If it's something that you wanted just to do at home, just to have a bit of a more comfortable ride in your own vehicles. And detailing is something that you can do to really not only bring back the life of the car, but also bring more attention to your listing so people actually want to come and get it. It just looks better after you have a nice shiny detail on it inside and out. A lot of times you'll be able to find a car that just looks filthy, really, and you can kind of negotiate that, use that as a tactic to bring that price down some so you can get a better deal, because a lot of these things are really cleanable, fixable, and you can do it all at home with very minimal supplies. If you see something that's just filthy on the inside, don't let that turn you around. That's the type of things you really want to jump on, especially if it doesn't have major mechanical issues. All that dirty stuff is easily fixable, and it can definitely knock a few $100 off the total cost of your purchase. So here it is. We're still needing some work inside and out for sure. Probably not going to do too much. I've got some pretty cool plans with this car. Yeah, I've got to stay tuned. I'm not gonna leak that just yet. It's something that I don't believe anybody in this area has done for sure, and it's going to be quite unique once we get it all said and done. So I'm really excited for it, so definitely stay tuned to see what happens. But we do have a very small budget of $2,000 that we're working with this car. And that's kind of what this series is based around, is what we're able to do with a $2,000 budget in 2026. And that's just buying a car if you want to possibly flip it or even just fix it up to have something usable for yourself. Like I said, this car does have around 143,000 miles on it, and it's pretty decent on gas mileage as well. A very efficient car. So if I was able to fix it up for fairly cheap, get some good use out of it for some years, that's definitely worth it. Or possibly fix it up and get it off to a new home for someone else that needs it and make a little money in the process. I'm gonna get this bad boy moved up front.
Yeah, we not the same. You wear a chain, but on my sleeve I had to wear my pain. My laughter hurt chapters of sadness that I can't explain. Indescribable, never been undeniable, but doesn't kill you, always makes you stronger. It's survivable. The strongest nigga coming out the pack, that's a fact. Get him jacked for XLX, some type of love, but sense attached. But fuck it, I quarterback it, the leader of my little faction. About that action, swords been thrashing. I'm masked up like an assassin. Anger pushed to the limit, competitions of getting digits, repetitions. Sonny, listen, I beat him till submission.
Alright, we got him moved around front. Let's get these windows down. The heat index the last few days has been like 100, 102. It's been super hot out here. Hey, can't let anything stop you. Gotta stay in motion. Stay on the grind. Stay working. Yes, sir. I don't think this rear hatch stays up. Can't remember. I have to see if I can get something to prop that up with. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look though. See what we're working with. Just a little bit of busted plastic. Just probably won't worry about replacing that. Some of these things you probably won't even really be able to find on cars it's this old, but like the dirty portions there, you get a steam cleaner and things like that to be able to bring that back out, some of the original colors out of this cloth fabric here, material there. And of course all under the seats. We're going to try to go ahead and pull these seats, more than likely be our best bet. Try to get all that stuff from under there. So like you can clean all the surface area and get everything that you can see, but if there's still a bunch of nasty gunk crammed in places that you can't really access, it'll still bring out stench and draw in bugs or whatever of the nature that you, undesirable things to say the least. So yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. Got a bit of rust. Looks pretty bad on the buckle there. See if that can be sanded down, polished up possibly. Just little small things like that can bring vehicles like this back to life. You'd be surprised on how you can make something look. But definitely wanted to get a nice little video before of what it's looking like. On the outside's just filthy. And there's a lot of things that you can get to bring this back as well, like some waxes and clay bars and things of that nature. It'll actually kind of bring out some of that deep dark color in the scratches and stuff, bring back some of the original color out of that paint. Oh, I've gone flat here again. No way. This wheel must be bad or something. Ah, that's crazy. I thought it felt a little weird. Alright, well, yeah, we'll have to get that sorted out. Yeah, let's get started. About to get started with the vacuum. See if we can go ahead and pull out. Some of this larger stuff, just go ahead and grab it out with your hands. No need clogging up the vac with that. I definitely need a mask. I like to start off by blowing. All right, pause. Yeah, I like to start off by actually blowing everything to kind of dislodge things where they may be sitting, just blow stuff out and then vacuum, if that makes any sense. Maybe just me, but that's how I like to do it.
I'm resilient, baby. I'm resilient, baby. I'm resilient, baby. Done wasting my energy. Cameras not around, I'm tough to deal with. Luckily for me, my girl resilient. I'm plotting on $1 million. Making that the money take my feelings. Cause my mother going deaf, she barely hearing the memories I'm fearing. It alters her appearance to a demon that was sent to me. Never granting me clearance to the next level. Still I can't settle. A young determined fellow going for the shot like I'm the mellow. Hello to my enemies and friends of me, they all alike. Told them all to beat it, baby, treat me like a mic. I can walk alone, don't need a pack, I'm out the tight. Learn my lesson about the people, don't feed into the hype. They all talk, can't walk in my shoes like cripple niggas. A simple nigga popping off is like a pimple nigga. Got a task force, fast course to destruction. Applying mad force, voice force from the punches. Baby, I'm the source, coin sauce, give me head to tail. Hard to fail, too determined, baby, I excel. Hoping God let me in heaven, I've been living hell. Purgatory, this my story, I feel joking. Meditation had to talk with some demons and angels. The anger that races through me, silent but dangerous. Before 11, always knew I was flaming. Met with magic, 36 in the chambers.
Today we're working on using the extractor to get at some of this cloth area. You can see it's like really dark. I've been trying to spray it down with some different solutions and take a brush to it and kind of work out some of that dirt, bring it to the surface so the extractor can pull it out. Try to get some of the stench and just dirt out of these seats, these cloth seats in the carpet. See, I was working on this one yesterday. It's definitely a bit cleaner, brighter. Didn't say like over here. Not sure if the camera's picking up the difference too well, but it's definitely nice and dirty and stained. Deep dark spots. Of course, some of those didn't come all the way out, but it definitely smells better. And give a bit of comfort and peace of mind knowing that it is as clean and sanitary as it possibly can get. I'm working on the front here as well. Been getting at this side here, trying just to brighten that up a bit, remove those dark spots, do a bit of a comparison over on the other side. That's what that's looking like. Just looks kind of brown and dark, kind of grayed out, dingy. As such as the seat. Just not looking too great. Dark spots. The carpet as well. Get that vacuumed up and cleaned out. Use the extractor on it, get it as clean as possible. Bring out a nice smell from this car. Just bring it back as close to its original state as possible. Let's get to it. And spray it on and use just a hand brush or a drill attachment brush just to kind of work that out to the surface, and then you can follow up with the extractor. You'll see it's pulling the dirt out, the grime. Put it in there, kind of work it in a bit.
The anger, resentment building up slowly as tall as the Eiffel Towers. Like why had nobody told me the venom changing my vision? I couldn't see him below me. Searching for inner peace, or just maybe someone to hold me. Tell me, show me I'm worth it. No, I'm farthest from perfect, but try to speak all my truth towards the youth in the ways I need it. The ego lately defeated, deflated, I can't evade it. Lost my mind out in Queens, and my queen see me as dangerous. A loose cannon, been abandoned like an orphan child. I don't blame them for their choices, but don't come around. When I switch my fortunes, but a fortress used to isolate. Fortunately for you, please don't worry, you won't see my face. Man turned into a dini, disappearing.
Oh no, it had something in it. Slung it up here. With some reverse switch.
The love been bare minimum, nigga. I can see through fake acts, give time, they waste back.
Kind of
Give love, then fall
out
back. Same cycle is no difference. Regardless, won't change mission. I do this shit by myself. Regardless how I felt or what I've been through.
And this is not my first pass over this. I've already been over it like twice. It was definitely really bad to begin with. Yesterday in the back, it was looking like coffee. It's so brown, dirty. But we're getting a lot cleaner now, for sure. We're getting to more of a soapy, whitish color instead of a dark brown.
I gave my life to the boo, speaking my truth. Non-stop torture, inflamed out organs, might been burning. Beat my earnings from L's I'm learning. Changed my life, dug that strike, that part won't help. But talk won't help, but save yourself. I swim through hell, I'm Michael Phelps. If you can't tell, never giving up, best wish me well. I said the isolation taught me well.
Need to work that over a little more there.
Said the isolation taught me well. I know they all scared I feel. I know they all scared I feel. The isolation does me well. The isolation does me well. I know they all
We're gonna go over that a few more times, just rinse and repeat that process. Just keep spraying it over with some sort of cleaning solution that you've got. Taking a brush to it, kind of working that solution in, working the grime and the dirt up to the surface. Bringing it out with a vacuum or an extractor of some sort, whatever you can get your hands on. Most of these tools and materials are not very expensive, easily acquired. It's definitely worth it. Again, like I said, if you're just wanting to detail your own vehicles at home, just to have a bit of a more comfortable ride, clean smell, feeling good, looking good. If you want to get into quick flips, just making a little side extra money. This is what's coming up out of there. It's a little chocolate milk. It's definitely a lot cleaner than it was yesterday though, already. Yesterday was just thick black sludge. My camera kept overheating and I ended up overheating and calling it a day. It was so hot out here yesterday, I did what I could. But we're back out here early this morning. Try to knock out as much as we can before that heat gets going too bad today.
Yup. I'm in the house, I'm in the house, I'm in the house.
Seat's actually starting to look clean again.
Yeah, I couldn't pass the ball, I need the bucket. We keep you to the curb until you're lucky. If they go against me, no issue, I'm just like fuck it. Cause people tend to switch up at how we would change the subject. When niggas talk their feelings and emotions, be like ocean that's undiscovered. If you get the squealing, you a sucker. At least that's what they taught me. Now I'm feeling darker than the coffee. Long ago forgot just how they lost me. Now I'm only headed where your bro be upon me. Telling all these fucking corny stories, how she bore me. I'm just here to hit it in the houses like I'm Corey. If it don't fulfill me, then I know it isn't for me. In communities, no unity, it's all division at my table. They running from reality to fantasy and fables. I'm trying to television, had to get away from cable. Center of attention, but I never play the staples. I'm grinding 24/7, every day like a legend. Watch where I'm stepping, stepping, counting on the blessing. Blessing, trying to ease the stress, and watch me in due time. I blessed the world a few rhymes, just take it blow they mind. It took me half the lines, they want my shine. Get flamed out like Icarus. You close to the sun, the chosen one. I'm making race color black, like I'm raving over change. Tell the Titans attack, nigga. Yeah. Like I'm robbing, got a trouble past. Circus niggas trying to get at me because they stuck in last. Balance me, mine never crash. Niggas never listen to the prophet on a mission. Even Jesus Christ the hater, they despise his vision. With this life I'm spitting till I'm not forgetting. Never quitting, lose possession. I saw my hieroglyphics. Message came encrypted, couldn't get specifics. How it pushing me to have to pass some certain limits. How I boost up like computers, throw me up Medusa. Dealt with losers, now we on the field like Oklahoma Sooners. They come up coming sooner, they couldn't turn me down like a speaker. Heaters keep on booming on the metro. Always trying to keep my dogs around me like it's Petco. Swear this mic been hard to let go. For sure.
Had some complications with one of the new tires that we got installed. I bought the tires from Walmart and had them installed there as well. All of them are good except for this one on the rear, so we just got it pulled back off, loaded up into the mod, so we're going to run it back up there to see what they can do for me. Hopefully they can get that fixed for free. Got the tire loaded back up in the back. On the way back home from Walmart now. They tried to give me a hard time about this, tried to charge me for the same fee as the original installation, and I really wasn't going for that because, as you guys know, the car hasn't even hit the road yet. This is just a project, and what it says online is that Walmart is responsible for these repairs as long as it's not something that you've done, essentially like hit a nail or picked up some sort of road hazard. If they've just got to re-beat it or reseat it or whatever they want to call it, then they're supposed to be responsible for that. So I got that sorted out. I had to talk to the head technician and he was trying to explain it to me, but they were still trying to charge me. And I was just like, no, y'all need to get the manager down here. And Miss Yolanda came and got me sorted out. So shout out Miss Yolanda at the local Walmart for getting me straight today when these guys were trying to screw me over. Another hot day back here with the wagon. I managed to get a lot of the interior cleaned up. Definitely looks a lot better than it did. I got this material here cleaned up. It was definitely looking pretty dingy, dark in different areas. I made use of my extractor. It's like a Dust Devil brand, and you just it pulls out the water and things of that nature. So I just kind of kept spraying it down and using a drill with a little brush attachment to kind of dislodge some of the dirt around the areas and bring it out the best that I could. Same thing with the carpets as well as the seats. You can see, possibly, I'm not sure how well the camera will pick it up here, but it's still a little bit dirty, coming around through the cracks there, and just not able to get it all the way clean, but it definitely looks a ton better than it did. Just locked. Interesting. At least I know the locks work. All right. Yeah, same with this door. See, it's probably you can probably see it's still a little bit dirty there, but that's after hours of trying to clean this, so that's probably the best I'm going to be able to get it. Come around over to the back side. These seats definitely look a ton better. Again, just making use of a drill brush attachment and some sprays. I was kind of just mixing up some soapy water for the most part, spraying it on there and hitting it with the drill brush. It took a lot of work, but it's definitely worth it. The tools that I used were really cheap, easy to acquire, so it just takes some time and effort. This is something that anybody can do at home. Coming around to the other side, I also cleaned out the entire back side. We'll open that up. It requires a key to pop that open. Looking a lot better on the inside here as well. Looks like somebody had something like kind of pressed up against the seat there that rubbed it a bit all the way across there. Got a few stains around the cracks. So that's just, again, that's something that just really has a hard time coming out of there. Definitely still a work in progress, but I'd at least feel comfortable getting in here now. Put a lot of sanitizer basically in here. Also, forgot, I didn't put it on camera, but when I first got this car, I got a mold fogger, and I set it off in here while running the AC and whatnot, so it ran it through the entire system and blew it all throughout the car, so demolded it just in case. So that's another thing, just a step in the right direction of cleanliness and sanitization, being sanitary or whatever you want to call it. Nobody likes mold and all that nasty stuff. So, but yeah, all of this is still within the $2,000 budget. I'm going to get on screen some numbers of what I've invested into this car so far. But we're about halfway through the budget, and pretty much everything's done. I've already acquired most of the parts that I believe will fix this car and get it roadworthy. We're just working on getting it cleaned up at this point and doing some final touch-ups on some of the parts and installations as well. On some of these parts, I've got O2 sensors upstream and downstream for it, as well as a fuel filter. I believe that's going to help it drive a bit better, because right now it doesn't have very good acceleration, and it's just feeling a bit sluggish. So we're going to hopefully get that fixed up with the parts we've already got, but still definitely have a bit of wiggle room on the budget to throw some more parts on here and some more cleaning and fix-ups on it. I did take this tire up to the Walmart today. They gave me a little bit of problems about that, but I was able to get them to sort that out for free. They were trying to say it was my fault, but I just explained to them this is a project that I'm working on, and this car hasn't even really seen the road yet, so it's definitely not anything that I did, and I feel like it was in their installation process, because all the rest of them were fine. This is the only one that had any issues, but I did get them to sort that out for free for me, so that saved a few bucks on the budget that we're working with. So I've still got to find a front and rear bumper. I do have one in the back, but I'm not sure if it's busted or cracked up. I haven't really looked at it too closely, so we'll have to check into that to see what we've got, as well as some front panels here. These old Saturns, they're basically plastic paper, if you will. They crack up very easily. So this side was already messed up, but you can see where somebody kind of tried to fix that. It's come back loose, as well as the other side here. I ended up breaking this side working on the car, so that's just all smashed in. And overall, for my end goal, I'm going to need the body panels to be kind of structurally strong, so a little tough to withstand a bit. So still haven't leaked what I do plan or intend to do with this car yet, but I've got some really cool, unique plans, and like I said, I'm going to need some body panels that'll hold up to what I've got planned for it. So definitely stay tuned. We're back to work on the wagon. Today we're putting a little bleach water on this bad boy, trying to knock off some of this old black, dirty grime looking stuff. It's coming off fairly easily. It's definitely not too bad at all. It's shining a lot better than I expected, actually. Check that out. Looking good. Man, yeah. This thing is coming along nicely. Check out that difference there. Look at that. Another day, another drop of sweat. Today we're going to be bringing the Saturn wagon one step closer to being roadworthy. I took it for a test drive the other day, and I noticed that the brakes were just squishy. They were pretty much no good. I was scratching the back of the engine block with my toes to try to get that thing to stop. The brakes have basically no pressure at all after putting the new rotors and new pads up front. So today we're going to try to fix that by bleeding the brake system. I just got back from O'Reilly's with a couple of parts. It doesn't take much to do this job. Just a small container of brake fluid. And then we got a 3/16 inch diameter tubing here. We're going to connect to that bleeder screw. Any sort of bottle. We're going to fill up the bottle with the brake fluid here and run the tube in there, so when it sucks back up into the system, it's grabbing brake fluid instead of air. And that's how we're going to remove all the air from the brake system. I did actually get around to washing this thing up on the exterior. Look at her shine. Not too bad. It's got some chips, definitely some spots along the sides. It's a little dirty from where I mowed yesterday. Still got to replace these front panels and probably get some new headlights for it, front and rear bumper. But as far as the body goes, that's about it. We'll end up sanding it down more than likely for the end goal of what we've got planned for this car. But yeah, for now she's shining, man. Looks a lot better. We're working on the interior as well. I actually did just grab a couple of products for the interior as well, some Osium. I really like this brand products. It's odor eliminators. This one's a spray, kind of just deteriorates some of the odors in the air. And this one is a gel that you just sit in place and leave it. Works pretty nice. It's got a bit of a venting system there. Open it, close it. Just sit that in there, let that go to work. We have the spray here as well. This is a new carbon black. I've not actually tried this scent before. So seal that off in there. Let it go to work. But yeah, back to that brake job. Yeah, I haven't been able to capture everything that I've done with this vehicle so far. My camera keeps overheating. I've got the GoPro Hero 12 Black with the full media mod and all the attachments and stuff, so it kind of gets a little hot here in the Alabama summer heat. We've been having heat indexes over 100, so my camera's given a good 30-45 minutes until it's done for the day. So I've been getting as much of this content as I can capture throughout the day in this process of restoring this vehicle. But yeah, just trying to keep you guys posted on what we can. So of course we're going to start off by removing this wheel here. 19-inch lugs. Definitely probably better to lift the car up before doing that. End up bending or breaking your studs. Just be careful with that. All right. I'll turn the wheel over this way, make it a little easier to access. All right, so this is our bleeder screw right here. We're gonna get our bottle prepared. And this is actually freaking perfect. In this smart water, this 3/16 tube just feeds right into the top portion there, the mouthpiece. So that's gonna work perfectly. Get all the water out of there. We're gonna put some brake fluid in this bad boy. Got our .3 brake fluid. Gonna fill a bit into the bottle here. And I may need more of this, honestly. We got our fresh fluid in there. Feed this tube down into it, make sure the tube is all the way into the fluid. So once you're pumping those brakes and it draws back up this hose, it's not drawing air. It'll bring fluid back into it, to the system. Okay, so that's all the way down in that fluid there. And we're going to connect that onto our bleeder nipple here. It's a very tight squeeze. This 3/16. A lot of people recommend the 1/4 inch with a zip tie, but this is going to be a perfect fit here. Just takes a little working on there.
2 hours later.
All right, so that's on there good. We got that down into the bottle. The camera's already getting pretty hot. All right, get my wrench. It's a little 8mm. That's not correct. It's probably a 10. Need a little bit of better leverage. Okay, that's not good. I'm actually gonna take this off and try to put it on there this way. It's probably gonna be better. Of course, when you got a super old vehicle like this, it's probably stuck. And stripping, apparently. Oh no, I opened it. Okay, great. So that is open. So you see some of that fluid's coming on out of there. It's important to make sure that we keep the top reservoir topped off during this process. I'm gonna go ahead and pump those brakes a few times. Oh, I can already feel that building up pressure. That's 5 pumps, 6, 7. Let's do 8 there. We still got plenty of fluid up top. And do just a bit more. Close that bleeder screw back. Tighten that back down. All right. And that should be good to go, just like that. Pretty simple. Yeah, those brakes are already biting a good bit more. Gonna go around and do the same thing over on the other side. All right, we're hooked up over on the passenger side now. Got that bleeder screw open, about to pump the brakes about 8 times. Okay. Still pushing a bit of air through there. I'm going to pump it a few more times. Alright, that looks to be solid all the way through. I'm going to close that bleeder screw back. Oop. Tighten that back down. That's that. Pretty easy job. Gonna get it all put back together and take it for a quick spin, see if we've got a little better braking power now. It is starting to heat up out of here. Feeling it on my back. All right. Let her down easy, as we do. So on my reservoir up here, I don't actually see any fill levels, a max or minimum fill line. It was full like all the way to the top. I'm barely missing any fluid from what I did have in there. It probably would be better to do a complete flush of this old fluid and just refill it with fresh. But for now, we're just gonna bleed it, see what we've got. This is what it ended up looking like coming out of the system there. Definitely got a bit of clouds to it. Not the freshest. We still have the majority of this small 12-ounce bottle of the .3 brake fluid here. We're going to take it out on the road and see if it's stopping any better than it was. It was tragic. It's just trash. Terrible. Stopping power was garbage. Got it all tightened down, buttoned up. I'm about to take it for a spin. Get this windshield cleaned a bit. Meaning to get around to doing the inside windows and the dash. All this needs to be cleaned, shined, all that good stuff. Nice little detail on the inside. Probably try to get around to doing that this week, the morning times, before it gets super hot. Tell you what, it is dirty in here. Spray this shit straight on there, hell. It's just eating it. All right, we'll get some paper towels. It's still like greasy. It's definitely gonna need a lot of cleaning. I'm gonna take it for a quick spin. Oh yeah, Yeah, look at that. I was pressing these brakes all the way to the floor. Yeah, this is definitely gonna work now. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, it's definitely breaking now. Still got a squeak though. Oh yeah, it's breaking though. Shit, yeah. Oh yeah, that's much better. Skirt. Probably do some. It's got drum brakes in the rear, so I'm gonna have to look into how to get those swapped out. Probably do a little bit more brake work, but it's much better now. It's got a pretty choppy idle. Maybe O2 sensors. Yeah, it's got a lot more stopping power now though. Just that quick little brake bleeding did a lot of good for it. We are back at it again with the Saturn. Today I'm going to be working on seeing if I can locate the fuel filter and try to get that popped off and put the new one on. I found the final floor mat for it. I'm going to get that cleaned up. Make use of the extractor and drill brush and a cleaning solution of sorts. Just gonna get that tidied up a bit. Already got the other 3 done. This one, I found it out back. I'd thrown it out of the car when I first got it, sitting out there. So let's take a look inside. It's coming along pretty nicely. I do have a bumper for it. I'm not sure if it's the front or the rear. It's in the back. I gotta go check that out, see if it'll fit or if it works or whatever. I did end up spending a little bit on some air freshening supplies, some Ozium. It doesn't smell all the way perfect in here, but it's definitely bearable and it doesn't smell bad. So it doesn't just smell like lovely, like wow, it just smells great in here, but it's not a terrible like stench either. So still working on getting some of the areas cleaned up. Still have to do a basic detail on all of the plastics and whatnot, but I did as much as I could with the carpeted areas and the whatever material this is. Yeah, and the seats, did as much as I could with the seats. It's kind of still a little dark there in the base seating area, but that's just hours and hours of extracting. So that's what it takes to try to bring one of these cars back. If you want to try to get that cloth back, I guess that's why pretty much everything comes with leather now. The cloth is just a disaster, especially over time, how it ages. Yeah, here's the other mats. Definitely got those looking a lot better. Smelling fresh. Not too bad at all. Get those down in there. So yeah, step by step, it's definitely coming along. Not a terrible little car. Somebody's gonna get some good use out of this thing once it's all said and done. And just from 350 bucks to start, that's definitely not too bad. We started off with a $2,000 budget for this car, and so far we are nearly halfway through our budget that we've allotted ourselves to get this car road worthy. We spent $350 to purchase the car, and then I got some ignition coils and ignition wires for $75. I got a battery for this car for $70. Brand new tires all the way around cost $200. I paid 15 bucks for 4 spark plugs for it. The oil filter was $18. Fuel filter, 40 bucks. The brake pads on the front were $50. A jug of oil for the oil change, 27 bucks. The front rotors were $120. And my tire installation cost me $80. I did just spend about $15 on the air fresheners. I spent $6 on brake fluid, and it was about $6 for a 3/16 fuel hose that I use for bleeding the brakes. So for all that, we're totaling around $1,050, $1,055, somewhere around in there. And we've got about 950 bucks still left to play with this car. So with that, we've pretty much, I think, got all of the parts that we need to get this running pretty smoothly. And I think everything left is just going to be pretty much cosmetic. It's like we're going to end up needing to replace the fender. So I'm going to have to source those and see how much those cost. I'm going to guess maybe 100, 120 bucks, as well as the bumper. Like I said, I do have one bumper in the back. I got to check and see if that's going to work out for me, if that's usable. But possibly both front and rear bumpers, as well as this other side front fender here. That fitment definitely looks a little wonky. I'm hoping that's just because that's busted up there. It's got a nice little gap on it there. This car was clean titled though, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check on that. I don't believe it's been in any major accidents or wrecks or anything like that. I mean, the body panels all look pretty much fine, intact. As far as that goes, it's just a little bad fitment there, but typically that's a result from a small collision that's been repaired or something like that. They've put new panels on it and covered up the damages, but a lot of times you won't get that perfect fitment like it was from the factory back ever again. So that's something just to look out for. But to my understanding, this car doesn't have any substantial damage or crashes or anything like that. But like I said, I'll have to double check. But yeah, we're about to get into it. We're going to start by using the extractor. This is my Dust Devil brand extractor. You can just put a cleaning solution or just water in this solution tank, and then it runs through the sprayer. And it's not even a requirement. You can just use it for vacuuming. You can just spray water or soapy water on that and then just use this to pull it out. So that's often what I do, because the little tank, it just runs out so quickly, and I find myself having to refill this just back to back, and it takes a lot of time. So then it's got its little dump tank there that fills up. Yeah, this is what we're working with today. This is going to be my driver's side floor mat. Gonna try to get this cleaned up, and then we're gonna get the car lifted up and see if we can work on that fuel filter today. All right, about to get to it. Gonna get started with working on bringing this floor mat back to life. Make use of this extractor here. Bit of cleaning solution and a drill brush. Just spray that down and drill it out a bit, and then hit it with the extractor. I got the water hose here as well. Kind of spray it down real good. Probably make use of that first, actually. Blast off some of this. Oh, let's turn the water on. All right. It's got a bunch of debris and stuff on it. Go ahead and just blast that off. This will go ahead and rinse out some of that dirt as well. All right. So that's already looking a lot better. Got all the trash off of it. And what I'm using here is just some soapy water with a little bit of vinegar in it to help with the smell, as well as just a little dash of bleach, like a capful into the bottle, just to help with the sanitization, the cleanliness. I'll come in with the drill brush. This carpet's honestly seen better days, so it's about done. The carpeted surface area of it's pretty much depleted, and it's down just to the rug part of it. It's just it's kind of been eaten through. I'm gonna spray it down again. Get it nice and wet. And that'll help with the extractor to bring out the rest of that grime and dirt. Still rinsing a lot of dirt out. Alright, come in with the extractor, see what we can pull out. Definitely some dirty water coming out of there. Some brown. And that's still after a couple of rinses as well. Blasting all that dirt out of there with the hose. Still pulling up a lot of middle part there. So what that's looking like. Pretty dark. That's what sits in the rug. Pretty sure it stinks. Definitely not wanting to take a whiff of that, but that's what's going to be smelling up the car. So if we can replace that with clean soapy water instead of the dirty brown, then it's going to be a lot better for us. Just agitate that again. Rinse it out again. And this is the process that I did with all three of the other ones yesterday. You can see that's still super dirty coming out of there. Yeah, this thing is filthy still. Need a pressure washer. Yeah, honestly, that would probably just take away the rest of the little bit of fur that this rug does have. Yeah, we still got muddy water coming out of there. But more and more, this is depleting the carpet on the rug, on the mat. So before long, we won't have any carpet left. All right. We're gonna set that out to dry. Still a little muddy on the back there. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm being attacked. Fuck off. Fuck off. Get out of here. One last final rinse. Try to run the rest of that dirt down to the bottom corner, rinse it out. That's going to be that. We'll set this out to dry. All right. Gonna go ahead and get the car lifted up and see if we can locate that fuel filter. The GoPro already overheated for today. It doesn't take long for that thing. Need to look into getting a different device. I'm not really a huge fan of the GoPro for just standard recording for long form videos. It doesn't work too well out in the heat. But yeah, I wanted to get a little shot of what it's looking like. I got the seat cushion out. I'm about to remove these bolts to get this out of here and get this all cleaned up. Try to bring these seat belts back and all this good stuff, get it cleaned up. But look how dirty this is in here. It's definitely where some of the smell is coming from. I'm gonna get this all cleaned up. That'll help with it a lot. Went ahead and cleaned up the buckles while I had those out. Best I could, the belts and things. This one was all rusted up, the green and all kind of stuff on it. Look at that shine. It's a ton better now. I ended up taking all this stuff apart to try to find that fuel filter, but good thing because it was super dirty under there and it needed to be cleaned anyway. So I got all of these components taken apart and cleaned separately. Now we're getting it all put back together. This is going to make a huge difference for the overall smell throughout the car. Make it much better. I can't actually remember which way these went. I think it's this way actually. I think that one's there. This one here. That one can go across. This one to that one. And bada bing, yeah. So get this stuff bolted down, get it all put back together. We are making progress. I went to check the air filter and Either this car is just missing it or it doesn't run one. I've never seen that before. Bad boy just got a tube in the air box. I don't know what we got going on there. Oh. God. Ew. That's what I don't like. Yeah, I was about to get in here with this PB blaster. This is a rust penetrator. And go ahead and spray it on the O2 sensors so I can get started on working on those. And what it'll do to this fella. Oh, seems we're empty. Today's your lucky day. I finally found the fuel filter. It's way down in there. I'm about to try to see if I can figure out how to get that out of there, get down there to it. It connects up here, runs all the way down through there, and then there's gonna be some bolts securing the bracket along to the frame of the car or whatever. Just want to try to figure out how to get that out, get the new one in. So after removing the battery, I cleared up a little more space to get a drill down in there and remove these two washers or whatever these are called to remove that fuel filter bracket from the frame there. So we were one step closer. I freaking did it. I got that bad boy out of there. How about it? Anybody can do this stuff at home, man. So I'm telling you, minimal tools. Got a little drill, a few wrenches. This is leaking gas everywhere. Yeah. And yeah, we are making progress on the wagon. Let's go grab the new fuel filter, get it put in. All right, I got the new fuel filter pretty much mounted into place. I got the hose connected down at the bottom there, as well as the other lines that ran back through the side, how they were. I got that mounted onto the screws there. Got my fresh hardware. About to get that mounted back down and plugged in up on the top here. Then we'll cycle the key through a couple times and see if we've got any leaks. Pop back in that pop back in the fuel filter relay fuse. There we go. We're gonna go through and cycle that key a few times, see if we've got any leaks. I don't actually hear anything priming, but I don't see anything dripping either. Let's see if we can get her to start. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah. No drips, no leaks. I think that's another job complete. Mike's DIY. Look at that fresh filter down in there. Yeah. Out with the old and in with the new. We got the O2 sensor out of the front. Not sure if this is the upstream or the downstream, but it's looking pretty bad. We got the fresh one, about to pop it in. I started the car up, heated it up for a couple minutes, and put on the PB blaster to try to break that down, and was able to break that loose. So go ahead and get in with this next one. All right. I got the first O2 sensor. Finally got that off and replaced. Now we're gonna try to do the other one. It's under the car. See if we can get under there, get a crack at that. Let's get her going. So I got this sensor remover tool. It's got the little cutout here that you can fit over the wire to kind of reach over the part there and get to the bolt. I misplaced my pocket knife, so these hair cutting scissors will have to do. All right, got our new hardware here. Let's see if we can even get the old one off. It came with this zip tie. I'm guessing we'll be zipping that up somewhere. Let's go out here and see what we got. This is not up high enough. Ooh. Let me get a stand. This thing is sketchy. Maybe that'll keep it from crushing you. Guess we'll see. Let's not damage the new sensor. Okay. I see it over there. I'm just having a little trouble getting to it. Actually getting that off there is going to be a fun time. Let's see. Clamped in up there. We'll have to get this bad boy off here somehow. So this is not the right tool for the job on this one. It's not. Oh, okay, it does fit. All right. There. Let's see, how do you get that on there? Okay, there we go. Well, I need a little more space there. Can we get on the bolt? Yeah. Barely. Yeah, we're on there. No leverage though at all this direction. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a bitch. I don't know how I'm gonna get that off. I mean, it's on there, but I have like no leverage in this direction to try to pull on that. Ugh. All right. So I was actually able to break that loose. I lifted the car up a bit more, put it up on some stands, and I sprayed onto the bolt with a bit of a WD-40. I ran out of a PB blaster, but I used the top portion of my jack handle to get a bit better leverage on there. As you can see, hopefully you can see how I've got that hooked up there. Just got the handle slid onto the wrench and was able to get the leverage that I needed that way to get the bolt broken loose. Get under here. Wait, what? Now I'm so confused. I just got it loose. Oh. Okay, maybe not. Let's see if I got a different tool, I guess. Shit. All right. Got a couple of different attachments. Gonna see if one of these will work. Got this little thing. Pop it on there. That seems to fit on the socket fairly well. The sensor. Man, this is not budging. Ah. Yeah, I think I'm just stripping this, if anything. This is not good, fellas. Wow. Oh, no way, bro. Holy shit. Damn it.